Hi, I'm Camille Harris, and welcome to Our Ventura. It's a real honor to be here and to get to talk about good people doing good things for our city. Today, we have a really special group that's kind of near and dear to my heart, and it's City Corp. These are young people who are making our place a better place to live, and while they're doing that, they're getting real life skills. And they're learning and getting a taste of different things that they could do. We also have the guiding light and leader here of City Corp, Lynn Michelados and Lados. I'm sorry. And we have Javier Valdez and Sierra Dor, both leaders at City Corp. Welcome to Our Ventura. We're so glad to have you. Lynn, were you with this? Let me first find out how this started. Were you with this from the beginning, or how did this come about? Did you hear about it, or was it another city?
Well, we started in the Ventura Commerce and Education Foundation, which is part of the Ventura Chamber of Commerce. And we were looking for funding for the schools to replace their resource officers because the schools needed help. And soon we found out that wasn't possible. Those weren't fundable, but programs were. So we started looking at youth organizations, and we discovered Oxnard City Corp and had several other organizations come in and do presentations. And their format was far and above, much better than any of the others that we looked at, and applicable to Ventura. And we could really see doing community service and having leaders to help the younger children would really make a difference in Ventura, and it definitely has.
Oh, it definitely has. I had an experience with them myself. We were trying to get a little mini fair going in what was called Wino Park downtown, and being of a certain age, and all of us, most of us being women, we needed help just getting the tents up and the whole thing. And somebody said, call City Corp. And that's how I got to know your organization. And I've seen you working all over the place on all kinds of things. In fact, I think, Sierra, you're on a new project that you were just over at Foothill High School on. What is that all about?
Right. 4 Foothill volunteers have come together, and they're going to be working for our coastal marine biolabs down at the harbor. And they're going to be working with the California Department of Public Health, doing some collecting samples from Wainini Pier and Muscle Shoals to do some analyzing for the California Department of Public Health.
Wow.
So,
are they going to learn how to do that?
They're going to be. We're having our training November 6th, and then it'll be a continuous project every week. They're going to be dedicating 6 hours every Saturday to this project. So I'm really excited. I'm really proud of them.
Wow. And now how many people in City Corp will be involved in this?
Well, it'll be us, another team leader with the 4 Foothill students. And it's a year-long project, so we really needed a smaller group to so that they're knowledgeable of the project and they can continue with the project.
Well, that's wonderful that you're getting that. Maybe we'll end up with some biologists as a result of this, huh?
Hopefully.
And Javier, how did you get involved in City Corp?
I got involved in City Corp last year in April. It was around my birthday, and Sarah invited me out to do a beach cleanup. And when I got out there, I met Emily, some of our team leaders, and I kind of just fell in love with the whole organization, and I got really involved into it. And a year later, here I am, trying to just spending every waking moment trying to make it better. So it's been a big part of my life.
That's great. What kind of experience have you gained there?
Actually, I've been able to put City Corp on my resume, and I've gotten jobs, and people have noticed that it's been on my resume, and they have kind of told me that was kind of one of the key things that they looked at, and they saw hey, this guy he does volunteer work, he's active in the community, this is the kind of person we want working for us. And so City Corp has definitely given a lot back to me, as much, if not more, than I've given to them. So I mean, it's a good program to get into, especially if you want to go to colleges who are looking for volunteer experiences.
Well, I know in the city they've had some real financial challenges, and they've looked to City Corp for several things. I think you helped with the sand management program down there, didn't you?
Yeah, well, one of the things that we did was we took sand that was overflowing into some of the schools, and we couldn't take it back to the beach because after it washes off of the beach, it's considered contaminated.
Oh.
So we took it back to the county yard, and what we do is we fill sandbags for the rainy season.
Oh,
so you know, this
recycled.
That's all what City Corp is about. You know, it's taking things and we just find uses for them to better our community.
Well, I was down there, and you've got this wonderful guy down there, Ken Cousins, and I'm a big fan of his. And I see that you were building garden boxes, it looked like, right?
Right, yeah. We're very environmentally conscious, and we're hoping to create more planter boxes and distribute them to our senior citizens of Ventura. And we've already donated to Prototypes Women's Shelter, and they're very welcoming of everything we've done for them. So yeah.
Well, I can say, digging in the dirt is a healing experience for me. I just love to get in there when I'm stressed out. So that's a wonderful thing to do. And I'm sure that you must have some challenges going forward, and we want to know how the public can help. First, I'd like to know, for young people who want to get involved with you, how would they, is it mainly junior college and high school ages?
Right, yes.
And how would they get involved to join City Corp and get involved in some of your projects?
They can always come in at our facility. We're open 2:30 to 5, Monday through Friday. You know, one of us will be there.
And where's your facility?
It's 77 North California Street. It's right across from City Hall. It's the one with the big garden in front.
Okay, we can find it because of the garden. And
Yeah.
I know, I've gone by there and it's very tempting, but I haven't taken anything. But I just
It's okay, we share.
Oh, good. You can put a little, stand out there, a little vegetable stand, of course. Anyway, now what kind of challenges do we have? We want to support this organization because, as I've said many times, prevention is greater than cure. And many of us, when we were young, there was a group called Junior Achievement, and I still remember that was the first time I got to handle a pile of money, and that gave me an idea that, gee, maybe I could make this in life. And that was because the banks opened up and let us get that experience. So I'm just wondering, this is the same sort of thing, and how can we get more support for your organization? Lynn, what can we do?
Well, funding, of course, is always a big issue, and our goal is that we will have enough funding that we can start to pay the leaders stipends, which Oxnard funds their program, so they have an $800,000 budget. So that would be extremely nice. We would be able to do so much more because most of the kids have to work, and Javier and Sierra both have part-time jobs as well. And if we could make their job City Corp, then we could have more of their time. And we'd like to get up to about 6 or 8 leaders because they're the ones that run the programs. And we do take students from 12 years old. So we work with the middle school and high school. And then the college-age students are the ones that we train as leaders that run the programs and so forth.
So it's kind of
but we need money always. Yeah.
And so where does Oxnard get the $800,000?
They do a lot of contracts with City Corp. They do, for instance, if someone hits a bus bench in Oxnard, they have one person in City Corp that is the responsible party. The city calls that person. He goes to the warehouse, takes the box out, puts it together, delivers the bus, installs it, a bus bench, installs it, takes the other one away, removes it, and this could all be done in a matter of 2 or 3 hours total. And how long do you think that would take it if it went through normal channels in the city? So
that's right.
They do contracts like that for a variety of things, as well as just from general fund because of what a wonderful resource they are and have been for like 14 years now.
So how old is our City Corp in Ventura?
We're 3 years old now, and We're very fortunate that our expenses are extremely low because the County of Ventura gives us a space at 77 North California Street. It's a county building.
Oh.
So we pay no rent, not even $1 a year. We just maintain the property and
Well, you do a good
pay
job
the
with that.
utilities. And we're looking for more work with seniors. We especially want to get our students working with them, teaching them computer skills and
Oh, yeah.
cleaning up yards. And we're looking at partnering with some organizations that have those contacts. And we understand there's an electrical union that goes in and helps seniors that need help with their property, and we could go in at the same time and clean up their yard, maybe check their light bulbs, do odds and ends, things like that.
Oh, the light just went on
And,
for me. Yes, there's a grandfather project going on in town. And if that comes to pass, the people that apply for grandfathering are all going to need upgrading. They're going to need inspections. Or, you know, that could be.
And this is a wonderful opportunity for our students to learn and work along with these
yes.
union people that do this type of work, because then they can learn some of those job skills, because
Yeah.
our goal is that they will learn as they help.
Well, interning, right.
Exactly.
And now we know where the big money is. It's in plumbing and electrical. If you had to call a plumber or an electrician, I'm surprised they don't
And
pull up in a Rolls Royce.
There's going to be a big shortage in the next 10 years as well. So
Yes.
these are skills that are very much
Oh.
needed and high paying skills.
Yes, yes.
I mean, the thing's not so good right now, but
Uh-huh.
when it comes back, there's going to be a real shortage of those skills.
Wow. Well, I'm going to make that recommendation.
And the gardening started just from one of our parents, knew Rose Hayden Smith of the Master Gardening Program and the UC Extension. So we started on October 10th. That was, I remember, that was one of our first garden workshops out at the Faulkner Farms, which is now called the Hanson Trust in Santa Paula.
Yes.
And because of that, I'm in the Master Gardener Program this
You
year.
are? Well, good for you. Good for you.
So that's how our gardening expertise started, you know,
And
with the Master Gardeners
Or
helping us.
they can do it in containers that you were building, right?
Yeah.
So people could actually do them in containers and then manage the whole thing. Right? Oh, that's
Yeah, and because of our garden, other community gardens have popped up in Ventura County. One of them, I think, is Gardening with Color, is one of them that popped up after ours. So
Inspired by our garden.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
isn't that wonderful? So you're becoming role models for the community.
I like
That's
to think
good.
that.
We can always use more role models.
Right.
Well, that's great news.